I am from Rochester, New York, and I am representing the West Irondequoit Central School District.
So how long have you followed this race and thought, you know what, I'd love to do that?
Well, those are two different questions.
Not the race, but
So
on the trail.
I have followed the Iditarod since my daughter, who turned 19 yesterday, was 2.5. She got a stuffed husky and said, "What kind of dog is this, and what do they do?" By the time she was 5, we had an Iditarod birthday party. So it just became this thing in our family, but I've actually taught it in the classroom for about 15 years. My family was so into it, I was like, you know what, my students would love this. And it is a great hook to get them into math, science, social studies, history, art, PE, and I am actually an elementary librarian. So I'm the first librarian on the trail.
So what's it like, is it what, so far, you've been to a few checkpoints, is it exactly what you thought this experience would be?
It's that and more. I thought that I had seen the Iditarod, being at the ceremonial start, being at the restart, but getting out here, this is seeing what actually happens. This is really getting a first-hand glimpse of the race. Getting to meet the people in the community of Nikolai have been amazing. The scenery is breathtaking. So it's been even more than I ever could have imagined.
And how cool is this program that you kind of pluck somebody out of anywhere, typically in the lower 48, and that you get this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be an evangelist to people?
Yes, exactly. You get to promote education in the Iditarod across the world. It is absolutely remarkable. It was a pretty serious and intense vetting process, so I'm honored to have been selected from all of the teachers that want to do this, and it's a huge honor to be able to be out here seeing firsthand exactly what's happening and sharing it. I was that teacher in the classroom behind the tracker, showing my kids videos from the Insider and showing them, stats, and now I get to be the teacher that's actually the one doing that for other teachers, which is a great privilege and a really big honor.
What do you hope students take away from, what you are able to pass along? What do you want them to know about the Iditarod or to treasure about it in this kind of way?
I think one thing that I think is just amazing about the Iditarod as a teaching tool is that it incorporates all of the things they're learning in the classroom into a real life experience. So we can teach them about perseverance, we can teach them about teamwork, but when they're watching it happen. And then when you're out here going, well, why are the tarps covered in black? Oh, that's because it got too warm yesterday. We're trying to, oh my goodness, now we're doing science. Constantly doing math about how much dog food, how many dog booties. It's taking those things that they learn every day and they think, will I ever use this? You would use it on the Iditarod Trail.
And do you hope they come away with an appreciation for this race and its longevity, and hopefully for many more decades to come?
Absolutely. It's a truly historic event. It's an event that honors the history of Alaska. I'm from the lower 48. Most of the students in the lower 48, really don't have that great appreciation for the history of this state and the people that have always lived here. And dog sledding is a huge connection to that. So I think, being able to see the importance of this and keeping dog sledding part of the Alaskan culture is really, really important. And hopefully maybe we'll get a couple hooked and they'll come on up here. I know Hunter Keefe over there learned about the Iditarod as a kid in school, and here he is mushing. So out there is someone waiting to take their chance.
You ever going to take your chance and get behind a sled?
Most likely no. I try to tell my kids I am a teacher, not a musher. I'm going to stay in my lane and do what I do best.
No, you're straight, for sure. Yeah, tell me one thing that maybe has either shocked you or surprised you that you saw in person that you just had no idea was a thing.
I was actually, I had always been told about the efficiency and the kind of focus that the mushers have when they get into a checkpoint in terms of watering, feeding, bedding, all of that with their dogs. And I was really surprised to see that in action. It is, precise and wastes no extra movements, no extra time. That was kind of a big surprise.
I always come away every year just how amazing these athletes are too. The dog teams especially, certainly the mushers that somehow keep up.
Yes, exactly. And then those teams that come in here and the dogs are chomping to keep going. Why are we stopped? Why are we stopped? I thought, well, aren't they ready for a rest? And they're ready to keep going. And it's really, really the mushers that need the break. We are the weak link.
Well, thank you so much. Anything I didn't ask you that you would like to add?
No, but thank you so much for talking to me about the education department and how awesome it is. There's, probably about 60 different programs in education for Iditarod. So if people are looking for a way to get involved, iditarod.com/edu is the best place to go for teachers, students, parents, everybody that wants to get into education in Iditarod.